On this week's episode of But Will It Blend? We have an Emerson heat fan. A little one. Ain't it cute? This fan dates to June 15th, 1978. Meaning, as of this recording, it is 40 years old. Sure. Fun Emerson logo. The blades are fiberglass. Uses the bell canopy, J-hook, and a blender bell would have, been flush with the box like that. Now, Emerson's mounting system for the heat fans and other fans of the era was very kludgy. Basically, they expected you to put a J-hook through the box, straight into a joist, assuming that the box was attached to a joist and not a fan brace, alright? And then the canopy would just screw in to the junction box, to the octagon box threads. That's how it would mount. Now, that was kludgy, not compatible with every home. So, this is the 36-inch heat fan, model CF363-L. The L, I assume, means light kit adaptable. So, 4 fiberglass blades, and this motor is K63. Notice the rounded end bells. The 63 stands for 6.3 inches. 6.3 inches in diameter. Just as K55, the 55 just means 5.5 inches, 5.5. Fun fact. So anyway, this fan is 2-speed. It is not reversible. And let's see how it runs. Starting it on low. Because it uses a Leviton pull chain, it has a double off. So it's high off, low off. That's the sequence. Now, the Emerson heat fan is also known as the blender, or blender fan, because a friend of some other collector years ago pointed out the fact that, it looks like a blender with blades attached, and that somehow stuck amongst the community. So, here we go. The heat fan is the official model name. It was introduced as, the name-wise in 1974. Now, the blender itself dates all the way back to 1968. That's when the K63 motor was introduced. At least I believe that is. And that's also when the fan in this general form was introduced. In 1968, it had reverse pitch and a trans shaft pull chain, meaning it didn't have a switch housing. It was just a pull chain that went straight through the motor. It was housed up in the upper canopy, the switch itself. Now, the blender essentially replaced the round nose. The Emerson round nose, the nice antiques, those things, they lasted, at least the 36-inch model lasted until 1968. Okay? And then, it was replaced with this. Or, like I said, the model with the trans-shaft pull chain. Eventually, it evolved into this counterclockwise rotation with a switch housing. I believe the switch housing models came in 74 when this was officially designated as the heat fan. I don't think Emerson really had an official name for it between 68 and 74. Now, eventually, the heat fan evolved into the Stratojet. By this point, they were using the K55. Alright, the Stratojet used a similar dropped flywheel with molded fiberglass blades that were aerodynamic. That lasted until 2004. So, the blender had quite the run. And this is one of my favorite versions of it. Because blenders are childhood to me. Used to see them everywhere when I was a kid and didn't know, what they were. Of course, when I found one, I found out. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. Alright, now we're going to switch it off to high. The low speed on this is more of a medium. And the high speed is, well, high. And it does outperform the long nose, or the round nose that it replaced. It's noticeably faster. You hear a click. It's not the motor. There's something rubbing around somewhere inside. I need to figure out what that is. But the fan is relatively wobble free. I mean, there's a little bit of shimmy, but no, it's pretty good. Because the fiberglass and especially plastic blades were very difficult to balance. So, And blenders were made in all shapes and sizes. 36 inches, 52 inch. Switch housing and without switch housing. 3 and 4 blades. Plastic and fiberglass. K63, K55, K55B, which looks like the K63 but is narrow. It's basically all it is a K55 with a bottom end belt similar to that of a K63. So, yeah. Now let it coast. And this one's in relatively good shape. I mean, the bearings are pretty average for their age. But there's no hiss. There's no grind. This is one of 2 fans that I found in the same place. So. They were kept in a nice dry place. Just a little bit of dust. Possibly some business or something. They weren't overly dirty when I found them. Just your average dust. The flywheel has the paint shoot up on the bottom surface of it because the set screw got loose and the flywheel dropped a bit, started rubbing against the top of the switch housing. So, always gotta make sure your set screws are tight. And there you have it, a 36-inch Emerson heat fan from 1978.